Y'all ready for this?
Da-na-na-ba-ba-na-ba-na. Hello and welcome to the Nerd Age Podcast, the show where we talk about everything nerdy. My name is Jonah and I'm here with Corey and Josh.
Yo, what's up?
It's been a while. We're back. We're just going to have a random episode today. We're just going to talk about some random things in the nerdosphere. I've got some news to start off with. I've just got some random stuff that I'm just going to talk about.
I've got some random gaming stuff too.
And if you guys are curious about it and want to discuss it, then we will.
And we'll talk about the Penguin, kind of our recap so far at the end of the episode.
Perfect.
If you're up for that.
First one that I have on my list here, my fancy little list. It seems like Blade has been removed from the release.
Wesley Snipes was right, baby.
Yeah, why, dude?
So
Why'd they get rid of
it
it?
seems like they're out. Interesting thing. Mahershala Ali said originally was going to be Commissioner Gordon in the Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that.
And then, but he said no because he was going to be Blade. So how bad does that suck? Can you sue?
Sucks,
Can you sue Disney to be like, hey, lost wages?
Yeah, right.
I had a chance to do this. I
Yeah.
said no. I mean,
Got misled.
I mean, you got to try, right?
Gotta try.
That's pretty nuts. Yeah, because I mean, what are they on their like fourth director or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that?
crazy.
And fourth writing crew.
I saw someone on X say, they're like, why is this breaking news? Because everyone was talking about it. He's like, why is this breaking news? We all knew it in Deadpool. Because
Yeah,
he's like,
as
there'll
soon as
never be
Wesley
another
Snipes said
Blade.
it.
I
Like they
know.
dropped the news there.
It's true.
So yeah, I guess unfortunate. I wasn't that excited for it, so whatever.
I think it's a bummer for him, and he's a good actor.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been cool to see that his take on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
It's also
It's not like Marvel's been doing anything good, anyways.
I know. So why not
Right,
throw?
so
why
why
not
not
throw Blade
take?
out there?
yeah, but think about the people who are big fans of Blade, you know?
Yeah, people love Blade.
I can think of one.
Okay. You don't like Blade?
Not really.
Yeah, me either. I'm going to bat for him.
I mean, I think at least it's something different. Though.
You know, there's people out there who love the comic book version of Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're making a video game.
Well, that's different. I mean,
Yeah.
that video game might be pretty cool.
Why not a movie?
I'm just saying, like, I would be more inclined to play a video game than watch it. I can probably not. That's a lie.
You don't like vampires? You don't like a daywalker?
I
Stop.
like certain vampires, and we'll talk about that later.
Whoa, what a tease, dude.
Foreshadowing.
Next one, I know Corey's going to be a big fan of this next news thing.
It's not nerdy.
Alien Romulus
Oh, okay, that's
has
nerdy.
got
No, it's nerdy.
a
It's nerdy.
sequel announced.
Nice.
Aliens
So
are
we're
the-
getting a sequel to that. Apparently, we're also getting 2 Predator movies next year that
What?
people didn't know were being filmed.
Are you guys? You like that? You want that? You want
I thought
2 of
the-
those in 1 year?
Did you watch Prey?
It's
What are these sounds?
I feel like the whole Alien Predator stuff was like not very good.
No, those movies suck.
But Prey was good.
Yeah, Prey's good.
And the guy that is doing Prey did the next one, and that might be interesting. If and Romulus was good. So I feel like what I want them is I want to connect it Alien Romulus with Prometheus.
They already kind of did.
And tell me rest of David's story. The other one, new Planet of the Apes movie scheduled for 2027. So I'm down. I'm always going to go ape over my apes.
Ape what?
He goes ape shit.
Oh, is that what he's going to say? That's what
Yeah.
he's saying?
Yeah.
I missed it because he bleeped it out. I didn't know
didn't.
what he said.
I said I go ape for apes movies.
Yeah, he goes ape.
Yeah.
You throw feces.
Like Ben Affleck did when he said, about Matt Reeves. He said I'd go ape for Matt Reeves.
Oh, okay,
wow.
okay.
The one this is
I still need to watch that. Planet of the Apes.
I own it on Steelbook. If you ever want to do a movie night, bro.
The newest ones.
There's just one. Oh, you haven't seen the new? You haven't seen the trilogy?
Yeah.
Ooh, those are so
bro,
good.
we
dude.
got
I know
we
you
got
guys
to,
said for me to watch.
okay.
it.
We got to do four movies in a row, baby. Like
Same
the
night?
olden days.
You
like
can't do that. You got kids and a wife,
I can do it.
bro. Okay.
You name the date. I'll be there with my movies.
I
and my
don't think
popcorns.
Mick's seen
All
them
right,
either.
when's the next time he has a show?
Yeah.
Run.
Do it on
Oh, wait,
Sunday. Do it on Sunday.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, that would be
Yeah.
rough. Here's the one that I want to get your guys' take on this.
Not on the other one.
You guys are big.
No, you didn't want anything
You
to
guys
do with
are
this
you
the
guys
last
are
one.
big Office fans.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. Huge fan.
Love The
And you
Office.
guys have
Love The
seen the
Office.
clips of the Australian Office.
No,
Yeah.
I have not.
Yes.
It's absolutely brutal. What do
Yeah.
you think of it? Pretty bad?
Bad.
Okay.
Bad.
Get ready for this.
Yeah.
Because a brand new Mexican office is in the works.
I like that better. I like that better. But here's the thing: only if they were no holds barred. You know what I mean? Like not politically correct Mexican office.
That'd
be dope. That'd be great.
That's great, dude.
That sounds awesome.
Is
That
it
sounds way better than the Australian.
is it being done by like a
I
Mexican
have-
company?
No idea.
Oh,
I just saw
man.
this on the news.
Mexican
It's like,
Dwight would be
according
awesome.
to
He has
the
to be
Hollywood
fat.
Reporter,
gotta
is
be
they're
fat.
saying there's a Mexican office in the works.
That sounds great. I love it.
Sí,
I love
señor.
it. Sí, señor. That'd be awesome.
Pretty nuts. This is one I also am curious what you guys think. There apparently Disney is. I want to read this.
I
I
want
took
it
a
to be in
picture of it.
Spanish, but
Took a picture of
subtitled,
it.
by the way.
yeah,
That's how I want to
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Disney will reportedly announce a huge AI initiative that will transform its creative output with focus on post-production and visual effects.
Yeah,
AI will also be integrated into Disney's parks and experience
for sure.
business in some way.
Yeah.
Source the rap.
If they have cool like AI VO, like voice stuff, like interaction, that could be cool at the parks
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be
What
cool.
about the creative side of the
Nah.
post-production and the visual effects?
I mean, it depends on what. Are they just integrating AI to make rendering better? Sure, awesome. But are they like generating AI models and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, not
Or
so great.
posters like they've been
Well,
doing,
yeah.
or like take away from
It
the artists that are creative to just be like,
It's
hey,
just-
let's just throw this into the system and they can be
Yeah.
like floating heads with
It's
six
just-
fingers.
I can just see it being like such a heartbreak situation for artists because when you think of like art and like illustration, modeling, animation, you think of Disney.
Yeah.
It's inspired so many millions of artists in the world. And then to kind of see them go down this rabbit trail, which is an inevitable one, by the way,
Yeah.
because it makes things cheaper, of generating stuff. It's just, it's just, how are they going to do it? Right?
Yeah.
Are they making a library of stuff and they're just using their own stuff that they've paid for? And are they paying those artists for AI rights? Okay, then I think we're okay. I think we're kind of not super pumped about it, but it's an inevitability. I just hope they do it right. And people are really smart to work around those people are very good at not paying people.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm scared of that, where it's like, let's say your grandpa worked for Disney and he made all these cool like 2D drawings and they're like, hey, we're going to pull from our library that we own, but he worked on. And there you can see them generating his art style of whatever cartoon character. That would suck. Where your family's
Yeah,
not
that's-
seeing anything from that
Yeah.
because of his work. Even though they might have their butts totally covered by contracts,
Right.
owning the IP, owning all art that he makes, blah, blah, blah. But then reusing it, it's like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah. That's the tough part because it's like obviously contractually they're like, well, we own the art.
Yes, legally,
But then it's
they're
like-
probably good. Yeah.
But then you're like, but that wasn't the intent of that art originally.
It wasn't even on the table to begin
Right.
with. It wasn't even a possibility.
And that's
Yeah.
where it becomes a little
I
like
wonder how legality works with that.
I don't know how it works because when new technology comes,
Yeah.
you know, it's the same thing with like, the face, what am I deep fake, right? With the actors, people
Yeah.
are like, well, we have we can do it, but it's like no one back then ever thought like, oh, they're going to be able to put my face on somebody else's body and
Yeah.
make money
Yeah,
off
because
my
now they
image.
got the name and likeness. They
Right,
they
so
own
now
the
they
rights.
It
can't.
used to be like, oh, photos of me.
Right.
I get to control it. Like I know what they're taking of me, and they're getting samples of voice lines,
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
But now it's like, no. They can make you do whatever they want.
Right. And that's where it gets
That's
like
Dance monkey.
Yeah.
Messed up.
So that's where, I don't know the legality of all of it.
Well,
like,
the other part I was thinking about, the whole like, you can do whatever you want with Disney. sorry, Mickey Mouse now because it's been X amount of years.
Yeah.
Public domain.
What about that? What if that happens with art as well? Where it's like maybe they get around that too, where they're like, well, it's been 10, 15, 20
Like
years.
the Mona Lisa is public domain.
I can do
now.
whatever I want.
Right.
The Mona Lisa.
I just know how smart people are, and
Yeah.
I know that they're going to be doing some stuff
Well,
that's going
yeah.
to ruffle some feathers.
And, if it were any other company, you'd probably be like, oh, they'll probably do the right
They'll
thing.
do right
But then you're like,
Nah.
it's Disney.
It's
Who's
too
like,
big.
hey, remember when you signed up for that free trial of Disney Plus, baby? You can't sue me now,
Yeah.
sucker.
That's nuts. That was absolutely crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Apparently, they ended up being like, "Oh,
Did they settle?
yeah, they settled because they're like,
Because everyone was
came
like,
after
are
them,
you
but
kidding me?
That's nuts." Yeah, we'll see. I don't like AI. I just think there's some good things for it, but I just feel like it's a slippery slope. And seeing Disney's track record with what they did with visual effects artists and how overworked they were and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
I'm just like, is this just a way for them to get around like all the bad press about like all these guys are working crazy hours? It's like, well, now you're just working 5 because we're doing everything else just with
Right.
AI. So it just seems like
But it's
a shortcut.
crazy though because they have so many bombs. Like so many of their shows have bombed and their
Yeah.
viewership's not great. And that's typically what would like make them change their tempo and like, oh, maybe we need to take more time on these shows and animations and whatever artwork. Maybe we should be using human art. I don't think they're getting that. Though.
No.
I think they're like, nah, we just haven't done it right.
Yeah.
Double down.
We need to keep investing. We need to double. I mean, it's like I know companies that are getting AI people, like they're getting people who are specialized in AI,
Right.
and trying to figure out how can they optimize AI to help their business grow and do
Yeah.
better. Right? Because everyone's going to do it. Everyone's doing it. So it's this inevitable wave that is just like, well, how is it going to hit? Is it going to be nice and gentle and helping everyone out, or is it going to be just taking people's jobs and just
Yeah.
no holds barred, money grubbing?
Gonna be the Wild West.
Did you see Tesla has made this robot?
Dude.
Optimus?
Yeah. Oh, I saw the robot, and then the guy that did the director that did iRobot with Will Smith was like, I think I should sue Elon Musk for stealing my design because it looks similar. I was like,
Looks like a human.
it looks like a human.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's
what are
sue
you
God.
talking about?
Yeah, sue God, buddy.
An idiot.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy though.
But it's
nuts.
just crazy the amount of things that like they're advertising that it will do. It's like it will eventually be able to like teach your children. It'll be able to do your laundry. It'll be able to do your dishes. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
It's
Ooh.
iRobot.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Laundry.
There was
Did I mention laundry? It'll do your
That
laundry.
sounds pretty good, though, actually.
I saw a clip of
Just
a
think
guy.
about Roombas, but they could just
That's
do
right.
anything.
I saw a clip of a guy trying to talking to one, and
Yeah.
and then they were like, "It's crazy how
And it grabbed his neck,
No,
and he
it
was
was
like,
just kind
Don't
of
call me
it-
Decepticon.
it was asking
I'm
stuff,
Optimus.
and then it would be like, "Huh, I'm just wondering how you would feel about that," and like responding and doing these questions. I'm like, we're screwed, guys. We're not gonna be here very
Terminator,
long.
baby.
because it responded with a question.
Yeah.
No, just
Oh,
because
no.
it was adapting to like
Yeah.
the guy and relating to him. It's like, this is insane. The next
Yep.
next thing on the news here is a rumor. Apparently, we have Christopher Nolan's next movie. Ready for this? Have you heard about this?
It's about cup of noodles.
No.
No. What?
Christopher Nolan's next movie is rumored to be a period horror film about vampires in the 1920s, starring give me 2 guesses of 2 people that knowing what Nolan has done before,
Yeah.
and actors popular right now.
Who's my favorite
Give
Batman?
me 2
again?
actors that you think are rumored to be in this.
Who's my Batman?
Christian Bale.
Yeah, him.
No.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon is one.
What? Oh, Matt Damon.
Matthew McConaughey.
No.
What the-
Matt Damon, can you get the other?
Oh, I got no idea.
He's a small guy.
Gary Coleman.
No, not that small, but like a small guy, but in a
Small
lot of
guy?
movies.
Oh, Kevin Hart.
No,
That would be amazing, dude.
And when I say small,
period piece.
he's just like a skinny guy.
Hey, well, there's vampires around here.
Vampire? No, wait. Skinny little
If I
guy.
say anything else, you guys are gonna know exactly who it is.
Small guy.
He's in every movie.
He's in every
Every
movie.
movie.
Danny DeVito.
For a long
That's not
you're going
skinny.
too small.
That's-
Oh,
I'm just
you said
saying,
skinny?
I'm
Yeah,
just
he's a
saying like
skinny
he's
small
a,
guy.
is a svelte dude. You know, he's just like
Svelte?
like
yeah.
not tall.
like he's just a thin guy, you know, but he's like really popular. He's a younger guy, been in a ton of movies.
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland.
I
There
wouldn't
you
call
go.
him skinny, but okay, gotcha.
He's super skinny. He's Spider-Man tiny.
He's lean. He's lean. He's lean. He's lean.
Okay, maybe I messed up with the whole small guy.
Yeah, that was
he's
a
not
really
small.
bad clue.
He's
You
like-
took
is
it
he
If
down.
I said anything else, you guys would know. Spider-Man.
Wait,
yeah.
Isn't he like 5'8"? Don't call him small because
Yeah,
that
he's a
makes
small
me
guy.
real small.
Look at that. Look at that face. That's a small guy. You agree? That's a small guy.
Well, that's only a third
Yeah,
of his body.
and it's small. Anyways, what do you
that's
think about that? They're saying that's what people are hearing
yeah.
it is.
Wait, what was it? Did you say Matthew McConaughey? That was not
Matt Damon.
Oh, Matt Damon, Matt Damon.
Tom Holland.
Okay. Yeah.
Horror movie about vampires
I like
in the
Matt Damon.
1920s.
I like Damon.
I think,
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of horror,
yeah, and I don't think it'll be.
but I like Nolan.
Yeah, I think it'll be good, and it's something way different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a period piece. I like it.
Yeah.
Will it be explosions?
Variety says Tom Holland said yes to Christopher Nolan's new movie, sight unseen, and
that
doesn't
mean?
know
Yes.
much about the script yet.
Say yes to the
When the
dress.
opportunity came in, it was the phone call of a lifetime. It was reminiscent of getting the call about Spider-Man 10 years ago.
Yeah, way better.
All right. Well, I will say first and foremost, not nerdy. All right, let's move on. I'm just joking.
Objection.
Objection.
All right, so the next thing
I like
got,
Tom. I don't think you like Tom Holland a lot.
I don't mind him. I
Okay.
think he's way better than Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Yeah, that's why Chalamet the God.
Timotei. It's Timotei, by the way.
All right, so there was New York Comic Con
Yeah.
over
was
the
there?
weekend.
Oh wow.
And we got some DC news. James Gunn opened his mouth about DC.
oh, we saw the dog poster.
the
too.
dog
Superman.
poster. Yeah, what did you guys think of that?
What's his name?
Crypto.
That's right.
I think Crypto looks pretty.
Mangy. Those types of dogs are just mangy looking
yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, they are.
Let's be honest.
I don't know why they chose that type of dog though.
That's because his dog
'Cause
is
he
like
has
that.
a
It's his
dog
dog.
that's
It's
like
his dog.
that.
When I was reading the
like-
article and it was like,
Dude,
it's
you're
based-
so
it-
funny on X.
It was based off
so
of his
And I got a
dog.
text just for making a joke, bro.
Did you make the joke about, well, he already cast his girlfriend
yes,
and his
That's
brother, now he's going to
what I
cast
did.
his dog?
As I said,
was
well,
the
he
joke.
cast his wife, his brother, and
Yeah.
all his buddies. So why not his dog?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
like, some
No,
guy came out. It's a film junkie came after me.
A film junkie?
Well, that's his tweet handle.
Oh, I was like, what?
He was like, "What? What are you actually laughing like that?" And I was like, "Because I used emojis." And I was like,
Yeah.
no."
Oh, dang. What
like,
you,
are you-
Oh, why are you
stick
backing
to
off,
your
bro?
guns,
Yo,
dude.
man.
I
Hey,
did.
Get out there,
You're
dude.
going to let film junkie back you down like that?
Dude.
Like, yeah, that's
Anyways,
exactly the
are you
He's
guys
a
ready?
junkie, bro.
What did you guys think of the picture, though? Did you guys think?
Yeah.
No.
I
I just feel like this is gonna be super like.
Whatever.
gimmicky.
Yes, it's all about like, hey, let's put the crypto in there and let's have everything that it's like
Give him
that
underwear.
people
Give him
complained
underwear.
about was like, yeah, give him back the red trunks and we got to make sure that he saves people and hugs people and he's smiling and all this stuff. I'm like, all right, whatever. But
I mean,
let's
there's nothing wrong with that.
no, but if you're doing
like
it,
my
if
Batman-
you're doing it for the sake of the
Gritty.
story, I'm for it. If you're doing it to be like everyone complained about this, so let's just do it. It just seems like it's and
I
the
don't-
stuff they're specifically showing is like to prove like, hey, we're doing the
This is what you guys
Boy Scout
like.
Superman. This is what you guys want, right? And I'm just like, okay,
Yeah, I don't think I need crypto in a movie, to be honest.
no.
I don't need a super dog.
How dare you?
I love dogs, but
And why? What are you gonna explain it? Is he from Krypton?
Yeah,
He's
man.
an
He's
alien that
supposed
just
to be.
takes.
Yeah,
he's
man.
like a transformer.
Well,
that's
you
like.
don't think
it's
they
like,
can
yeah.
have pets?
Did they put him in the capsule
Yeah.
with Superman?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, all right. I'm just
Maybe he
I'm
came
just curious.
later.
I'm just curious. I
Yeah,
just don't
probably
need. I
a
just need a
small-
good backstory to Crypto, or else it's not going to be believable.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'll stop, and you guys can interact with whatever you guys want here. Specific events from the DCEU will be canon. So the old DC will be canon to the DCU, but only when they are mentioned in new DCU projects. Quote, there are references to things that happened in the past, and those references then become canon in the DCU because we mentioned them.
Okay. So they're picking and pulling whatever they want.
Yes. So if they mention Blue Beetle, then Blue Beetle is canon.
Yeah.
If they mention the Suicide Squad,
sure,
that's canon. If they mention Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's canon. Whatever they mentioned is
canon to whatever they mention.
Right.
Thing is.
Yeah. They make it, which seems kind of sloppy.
So that just means Peacemaker's canon.
Yes. Anything that James Gunn has worked on
is canon, potentially.
Probably.
Amanda Waller's canon because she's in Creature Commandos.
For sure.
But see, this is where it gets
George Clooney.
This is where it gets weird. This is where it gets weird because
George Clooney.
Amanda Waller was part of the old DCU.
Yes. And the Peacemaker is still part of that universe because they mentioned characters in the other one.
And they showed up.
Aquaman and stuff like that.
Yes.
Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
So to me, it's like you're making this really, instead of just getting a clean cut and let's move on, you're like wanting to keep the buddies and your wife in the universe. One example.
I don't know if that's the reason.
One
I think
example
he just wants to be convenient for him. As convenient as possible.
Here's the example he gives. One example given of what is still canon from the DCEU is that Rick Flag is still dead. So Rick Flag dies in Suicide Squad. Gunn says Creature Commandos explicitly mentions that Rick Flag Sr.'s son is dead. So
what a stupid plot point to bring over.
So important. Wow. It really
well, the reason, why though? Because he's got Frank Grillo playing Rick Flag Sr. and he's like in 4 projects already. He's in the new Superman. He's in Creature Commandos.
And just do it. Like, I don't know.
There is no overall aesthetic for the DCU. Instead, each project will be artistically distinct. Quote from Gunn. Every single project that comes out of DC Studios is going to be its own thing. It's a connected universe, but we're not imposing any overall aesthetic. I think that's good.
That's a good idea.
Because what Marvel has done is kind of like, we're gonna get directors, but you're basically gonna do what we tell you to do. This way, at least you can get
but if they do a crossover, it's gonna be wacky.
With Marvel?
No, with themselves, you dummy.
That's going to get weird, bro.
I mean, James Gunn did mention doing a crossover, so you never know.
But what I'm saying is, if your aesthetic in your universes, whatever they exist in, then crossover, then who takes point? And then it feels weird because the character's made for a certain aesthetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you
I feel like they won't go super crazy of like, this looks, you know what I mean? Like style wise.
And I think I think they're just saying this.
I think they go crazy.
I think they're just saying this to make it seem like, we're doing something different. But in reality, they're going to be no, this has to all be the same. Next one. Rick Flag Sr. will appear in 3 DCU projects already.
Wow.
Animated in Creature Commandos, live action in Superman, and he is a very important character in Peacemaker Season 2.
Wow.
Of course.
Love it.
Peacemaker Season 2 is shooting right now and is almost done. Ooh. Quote from Gunn, it's a very different season, very magical.
Ooh.
People like
Dr. Doom, or freaking, what's the helmet dude?
Peacemaker.
Dr. Fate.
Oh. Yeah. The Superman trailer will arrive relatively soon.
Whoa.
Quote, it won't be too long, but it won't be too soon.
This guy, dude.
This is the dumbest.
James Gunn is a master. Crypto plays an amazing role in Superman. Quote,
Peacemaker?
Crypto.
I was like, what?
He's an incredible part of the story. He came into the screenplay and kind of changed everything up. Get out of here with this. If your dog comes in and changes the script, what kind of movie is this? Really? Like, Crypto, I don't want to see Superman being like, I'm almost about to get killed, and Crypto come and like save the day and then be like, I have to save Crypto. He sacrificed himself. This is, not for me. Not for me. You could have just said, hey, Crypto's a dog and he's cool, and there's a few scenes of him and he's funny and he's cute.
Hey,
instead
he
came into the screenplay and kind of changed everything up. What kind of dog is this?
I mean, it is kind of stupid that he did that. You didn't complain in Man of Steel when he goes and saves the dog?
Did I not just say
You didn't complain about it.
that if it's just outside something that happens, that's fine.
Remember that?
But he took over the whole screenplay.
Remember that?
You know he
Remember this?
didn't.
You know the scene.
You know he
the
didn't
scene?
though.
Yeah, but that's a great scene, and that dog has nothing to do with it. It's not like
The dog's also a blue healer, so he's kind of sick.
I'm just saying, this whole he's an incredible part of the story. He came into the screenplay and kind of changed everything up.
I think he's just saying that. There's no way that he was like, oh, let's put crypto, and he's like,
Oh my gosh, I just unlocked a great story.
we have to rewrite everything. Get the writers in. Bring the writers
He's
in.
like,
we need to rewrite.
We've got crypto in 10% of this script. We need him in 90%.
I also don't trust anything he says.
Oh no,
No.
he's
So
just
you guys
so
are all
over the
freaking
top.
out. It's
Crap.
like I think he's being extra here.
Let's not forget he said the Flash was the best Superman
Yeah.
movie he had ever seen.
He's always
let's
going to
not
try
forget
to
that.
be
Well,
the most exciting.
He's a salesman.
version. He is.
There were so many tweets of because he put that out there, and people were like, "Remember when he was like, I told my brother about the release date of Superman, and he reminded me that's our dad's birthday, and I didn't even realize it was my dad's birthday, and it just makes it so like full circle.
Like, why do you say
and
that?
then
Man?
so he put that out, and so people were putting like. And then he put the thing like the reason crypto is this dog is because look at who he adopted and all that stuff. They're like, so they've been doing fake ones. They're like, I was writing the Fortress of Solitude scene with snow, and I told my brother about it, and he reminded me of that Christmas way back when we were kids that we spent together, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was so
That's
amazing.
Oh yeah,
like-
I put a snowman in the scene because
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
Remember our first snowman we made together, bro? Like
Yeah, it's a little bit of top.
cool. I don't know. It's
Not
like,
everything needs to be connected emotionally to
Yeah.
something to make it cool.
Yeah.
It's overselling.
I
to me.
would rather, yeah. I'd rather find out after the fact
Yeah.
and like a behind the scenes, like extra stuff. Like that's where those things.
Because they're
live.
going to forget to film. All the stuff he's saying, they're
But-
going to forget to film because it's not really
He's
that
making
big
it
of a deal.
Well, also he's just making it up on the fly. He's like, yeah, put a dog in. Yeah, it looks like our dog. Sweet.
Next one. The team is deep in the process of editing Superman. The edit is going really well. I feel good about the movie.
Ooh,
Okay.
wow.
Thank you. Alan Tudyk has a secret role in Superman. Of course, another guy. James Gunn teased. Alan already plays Dr. Phosphorus in Future Commandos, but his role in Superman will be a separate character.
He just went
yeah.
against what he said.
He said every actor would play the same character. Ugh, liar. Supergirl starts filming in January 2025 in the UK. Craig Gillespie, director, and Anna Noguera, writer, are doing a fantastic job with it. It's, quote, a completely different take on a superhero movie. Ever hear that before, guys?
Never heard
That's a
that.
completely different pitch than I've ever heard before.
Well, we're getting to the pitch. Check it out. James Gunn has seen a screen test for Ruthie in Supergirl. The actress tested alongside Millie
Yo,
Alcock.
she better
as
die in
Supergirl.
the end. She better die in the end. Because they ain't never done that before. Done. Bad guy wins.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
It better be like that. Otherwise, it's
sick,
been done
actually.
before.
Here's your pitch thing. The script for Supergirl is cue it, quote, completely different take on a superhero movie. Anna, quote, this is a quote, Anna Noguera came and pitched the story, and it was just one of the best pitches I've ever heard. She immediately wrote a first draft, and it just got better and better.
Whoa.
So
Bro.
I mean, he was
People always have to be reminded that all these things that are coming out are always going to are all part of selling the
Yep.
movie. So it's always going to be in this amazing light. Wow, never been done before.
Of course.
So inspired, so good. And then when it comes out, guess what? 4.5 out of 10. Do you know what I'm talking
I know
about?
what you're saying. Next one.
Enough lip serving. You know what I'm saying?
Tom King and James Gunn created the initial story for Lanterns together. They sketched out the concept during the first few months of DC Studios when a team of writers was assembled to map out
So it's only half
DCU in late 2022.
bad. Just saying.
Lanterns is very grounded. Quote, it's a very grounded and real series, which is strange
It's
to say
completely different
for a
from any
Green
other-
Lantern show, but it's going to be something nobody's ever seen before.
Oh, amazing.
We should do a drinking game every time.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
James Gunn has seen Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler screen test together for Lanterns. Quote,
Let's hear it.
What do you guys think he's going to say? What do you guys think?
He's going to
just
say...
give me some words that are going to be in his quote.
Amazing.
About their screen.
Amazing.
It's everything I wish for in the Lantern show.
Refreshing. Inspiring.
Groundbreaking.
Oh, you're close to something there.
Breathtaking.
Crazier. Like
Amazing.
someone being cured of cancer.
Miraculous.
There it is. It was sort of a miraculous moment. I just love everything they're saying together.
It was kind of like a miracle. Get out of here, dude. It's like I saw someone totally get cured of cancer right in front of my face. It was the same feeling. Wow. For just a screen read? What was it?
Screen test.
Screen test?
Just
Miraculous.
standing together.
Wow. He better have been glowing and flying on his own.
Lanterns is almost ready to start shooting.
We didn't add any CGI and he started flying. It
Miraculous.
was kind of miraculous.
Chris Mundy, Damon Lindelof, and Tom King are dealing with lanterns. We're getting ready to shoot that, and it's been amazing.
See, I got one right. I mean, I think Green Lantern always has potential to be better told, right? Because no one's really done a great job. So
I don't like Damon Lindelof.
Yeah,
you're a Lost Boy, dude. You gotta like it.
So I think that one has potential out of all the ones that we've been told.
It better be miraculous, though. That's for sure.
Better cure cancer.
High praise.
Yeah,
That's it, guys.
Wow.
That's the DC news.
So, out of all those things you heard, what are you excited about?
See, the thing is, he didn't say.
Tell us.
This is the only thing I'm excited about in DC right now. It's the Matt Reeves stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
And so the DCU, Supergirl doesn't excite me. Lanterns, okay. I mean, maybe.
I think there's something. There.
But there's
Peacemaker too.
No,
I'm
Peacemaker
excited
too.
for Lanterns.
Yeah, I think Lanterns is a good one.
Yeah, that's the only one. Superman,
I really need to see a trailer for Superman.
Dude, I need a trailer as well because I don't know what to expect.
Based off of the pictures, I mean, behind the scenes pictures always suck, but this looks especially crappy.
Well, and the thing is,
yeah, I know that one meme I showed you. That was so funny.
To me, it just is like you've got so many characters in this movie.
Yeah,
like, how are you going to tell me? Well, they're saying that's part of the whole thing is like they're corporate. And then Superman inspires them to then get their own suits.
He's like, I wear my underwear on the outside.
Because they all have a logo, which is Lord Tech, which is Max Lord, who was in Wonder Woman 1984, which isn't going to be the same one unless they mention it.
Mention him.
But apparently, they're all corporate superheroes, and Superman comes in and changes that. So it's part of they're like, the reason it looks like this is because Superman needs to inspire them to get better suits. Go suit shopping,
That's why Nathan Fillion has a bowl cut.
Sorry,
that's why he looks like that.
That doesn't address his outfit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's the excuse people are giving.
For me, I see his suit, and it more matches that cheesy.
Yeah, it's just all plasticky. Yeah.
And bright.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's the aesthetic they're going for. But
and
the way they color grade.
Well.
Yeah. Debatable, I would say, but
AI will fix it.
That's true.
Who's AL?
AI.
AI.
Who's Al?
Like
you can call
Al Borland.
I was like, AL. That's funny. That's like the best player in pickleball. AL.
I
was like, Annalie Waters? That's crazy.
Shout out to Annalie Waters.
Dude, she's a baller. Yeah. Things like how they color grade, how the whole world's looking might make that cheesier kind of outfit, bright stuff fit better.
Dude.
So who knows?
I just know there's gonna
right now it looks bad.
I just know there's gonna be a joke about wearing the underwear. I know there's gonna be like all these things that are gonna be like your typical James Gunn joke about like yeah.
Here's the thing.
I'm just like
there's gonna be a scene. There's gonna be a guy comes off a bus and he's gonna get his phone out and he's gonna be like, "Hey bro, you forgot to put your underwear on the inside." And he's looks down and he's gonna fly away. That's gonna be a scene.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Or then he's gonna be hanging from his underwear from a
he'll get a wedgie or something like that.
Yeah. And then there's
Bizarro Superman will actually do that. Like he'll insult the wrong Superman and Bizarro Superman will give him a wedgie.
The extras in these movies are going to be terrible. You know what I mean?
They're all going to be friends of James Gunn.
Dumb, goofy
his neighbors and stuff.
Hey, you want in? You want in on this movie? I can write you in right now.
Hey, man, I wish I was friends with him.
that'd be
I'd go
sick,
in.
dude.
I'd go
Heck yeah.
in. That'd be
Heck yeah.
great. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting your friends in movies.
No, Nolan does
just
it.
not in key,
roles. Yeah.
Yeah, right. As long as they're,
Yeah.
Did you
if
see
they're talented, go for
Did you see the Creature Commandos trailer?
I did. It's exactly what drives me nuts is like we've already seen this. It's the same thing. Like, even Waller being like, they told me I couldn't use humans. These aren't humans. I was like, okay, so it's another expendable group of people that don't get along. That you're just like,
But it's ultraviolet,
what is this?
dude? So that's cool.
It's dumb.
Bloody cartoon. You know what I'm saying?
It's dumb.
You know what I'm saying?
You like
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Blue Samurai.
No, yeah. DC's, man. I haven't thought about DC in like a month or two. I'm going to be honest. Well,
Penguin.
Penguin, but
That's the only good thing.
that's not really DC though.
And here's the thing that's driving me
it is,
nuts.
but it's not.
Here's the thing that's driving me nuts. We're going to be talking about Penguin here shortly, so we might as well just start doing it. But the thing that I was going to say
All
is
right.
James Gunn came in and was like, we're going to kind of move things a different way. It's like the Penguin show is really good. The Gotham show would have been awesome in this same universe.
Yeah.
The Gotham PD show or the Arkham Asylum show that they were going to do. Like building this whole universe is like, that's what you would do a really cool job of doing. It's like, that's what I want to see more of. And then give me the Batman 2 and then eventually the Batman 3. But I'm kind of thinking it's going to just end with the Batman 2. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Because then that will open up space for James Gunn to do his Batman that he's like, wants to do an older Batman with a younger Robin, and do this whole thing. I'm just like, mistake.
Maybe there's going to be a Bat Cat.
There you go.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, even though that Batman movie, what is it, Brave and the Bold, they said Muschietti was going to direct, but then The Flash bombed.
Yeah.
So it's like, is he still directing? They haven't said anything.
That's the other thing James Gunn said. He said that the only anything they've announced isn't official until
it releases.
No, well, what he said was
until I say so.
Basically, that's what it was. He's like, everything that we announced, like, because they asked him about Batman. He's like, we've announced it, but that doesn't mean that it's greenlit until it goes into production, and the Batman has not gone into production. And so I'm like, okay, so you just been announcing a bunch of stuff.
It was part of his announcement slate.
Exactly. But now he's saying like it's only it's only once it goes into production then it's greenlit. We're not going to just do something if we don't have a good script. And I was like, then why did you announce all those stuff? Because his announcements undercut all the money, all the other movies that were coming out. Because people are like, I'm not going to watch this. Yeah. So I'm like, you undercut all the people because you just cared about your slate. And now you're saying like, oh, well, those, they're not even, we've announced them, but they're not greenlit. It's like, then why announce them? Anyways.
I think it's kind of like the strategy of just like throwing it at the wall and seeing what's
seeing what the excitement is like.
Yeah. There's literally, in his eyes, he isn't hurting anything that he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just seeing what might become popular online and be like, oh, people really like this idea. Okay, we'll do that.
Well, it's
I've been playing this for years, by the way.
It's even been like, some of the stuff that
dude, you're being reactive.
He's cast some people that were online, like
online casting
that people are like, you should cast him, and he's like, actually, he's like, I noticed that there was like that was a really good idea. He's like, so I'm always listening and open to, and I was like, oh my gosh. I can't remember who the actor was that he cast that people were like, I've been saying that for years. He's like, well, I saw your tweet. I'm like, dude,
I would love for him to just fully go into that and be like, all right, I'm going to have polls that I'm going to put out.
That'd be sick, dude.
Here's 10 choices. Who do you want to play Batman?
Ooh,
who do you want to play,
sweet,
this person,
and then
Wonder Woman, blah, 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 blah.
And then he should also do that with his script.
Yes.
So he'll be like, hey,
Story
guys,
points.
I've got 10 options here.
Yeah. Crowd-funded
Superman, or not say who it is, but say, does this character do A, snap Zod's neck, B, let him live,
right?
C, kick him off a cliff,
yeah.
4, throw him into jail.
Well, what he should do is he should
Pet
have
a dog.
He should have online giveaways to like promote his movies and be like, the person who wins gets to be in my movie.
Yeah.
Basically,
Or gets a producer credit.
Sure.
Like Jonah Gallegos, producer,
it.
because he picked the right
That would be
thing.
sick.
Yeah.
He voted to say,
Yeah.
you know what? Superman should pick his nose
You
and
know,
say, pick his nose and flick it into Zod's forehead and kills him.
Yeah, it puts a hole
Yeah.
in him. Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome, man. Or if there's any better time than now is you should start making fan music for movies and be like,
dude.
yo, Gunn, I love you. Use
Put
this
it in there.
song. And he's like, you know what? I love it.
You know what? I saw a picture of your dog and it made me so emotional because I also adopted a dog that was
Yeah.
the same breed. It died
Yep.
last year. I had to put it out.
And here's my song for
I
him.
wrote the song for you.
Yeah. See?
What I picture is, I feel like James Gunn needs to like run things like Mr. Beast a little bit. He's like, all right, you got to survive in this grocery store. Whoever wins gets to be Batman. Like, oh,
I bought 1,000 Batmans. And whoever is the last man standing is the real Batman.
that would be sick, dude. That would be
We're
sick.
going to do an island battle royale. The last strongest Batman is the real Batman.
I think
Buy
that'd be sick, dude.
my chocolate. Dude, that'd be awesome.
That's a good,
I
I mean,
mean,
if
it
he's
works.
listening,
Hey, if he says he's really, if he
Yeah,
really
we were
says
just
he's
joking
listening-
about making fun of stuff.
yeah.
We're being for real now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And if you want to do that, we're for sure
Yeah.
willing to give away
Hey,
the rights. But
in Gun We Trust, you
yeah,
know,
yeah, for real.
hashtag. Let's move on to Penguin then.
They'd be called the Gun Games. They'd be called the Gun
Yeah, there you
Games.
go. There you go.
That's great. Yeah. Sorry, what did you just want to say?
Let's move on to the Penguin.
Sure.
Episode 4 is what we're talking about, right? Up to episode 4.
Yeah, I don't think we
you guys
talked-
can watch about the next one if you want.
we can watch about it.
We
You
can
can
watch
talk
it.
about.
Wait, I don't think we talked about 3 last time. So
Yeah.
that was the one with Victor, where we see the
His
Yeah, the
girlfriend.
flood.
Where he makes
Yeah, the
the
flood.
decision.
That was cool how it started. I was like, oh, what's going on? I didn't know it was
Yeah.
a flashback until I saw the waters.
You know,
Saw the waters. I
You're
saw
like,
what
oh,
the Riddler
no.
did. I saw what the Riddler did, and I didn't like it.
I
I
think
didn't
that-
like that he murdered his family. You know,
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Not at all. This is my Gotham accent.
That's a terrible accent.
What do you mean? It's not. What do you mean? It's
Gotham
terrible.
accent.
My Gotham accent.
Get out of here.
What do you mean?
That's terrible.
What do you mean?
Yeah. What do you
terrible.
mean? It's terrible.
It's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
you're terrible. You know what? You're terrible.
Okay.
I feel like I could be with the penguins. You know.
With the penguins.
Yeah.
I
the
can
penguins.
be with the
You know,
penguin.
feed the fishes. You know, feed the fishes.
Oh boy.
They want to feed the fishes?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, maybe they should have hired you for that show.
Yeah.
I mean, dialect coach.
You could have been Victor.
I could.
You should have been Victor. Oh,
I could.
there you go. Got it.
Sold. You got it. You got the part.
Done deal. Done deal.
He stutters for those of you who haven't seen it.
Yeah.
That joke might have gone over your head.
What do you guys think about it so far? With these last 2 episodes. What are you guys thinking?
I'm liking it. I think it's one of the better shows I've seen, comic book related shows. I think the acting, again, like I said before, is really good. The girl that plays Sophia is awesome. I just think the whole thing is working really good with how the Penguin's kind of manipulating things, but how she's finding out about what he's been doing in the manipulation. I like how he's always like trying to manipulate everybody, and then he gets like they catch up to
messed
him,
up, and he's like, "Oh, shoot."
"Oh, what do you mean I'm doing?" And then he's like, "Should we get Sophia?" He's like, "No, just drive." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, he's a rat. He just
Yeah.
is looking out for himself, and I like how this show kind of makes you feel like everywhere he's going, once it starts looking like it's working out, it's like your past lie catches up to you. I like that feeling it gives you that you're like, oh, he is screwed.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm kind of not struggling with, but like I'm just not sure where I'm supposed to sit. And that might be the whole point of the show, but like, am I supposed to be rooting for Victor and Oz? Or am I, what's her name? Sophia? No.
Yeah,
what's her-
Sophia.
Sophia. Should I be rooting for her? Because she was wrongly accused. And like,
Yeah.
I kind of more feel for her. Like I'm kind of more on her side, kind of, but then she also has killed her whole
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Spoilers. So I don't know. I'm just kind of like, and then the mom, like Oz's mom's, yeah, it's tough, right? But it's a show that's like, it's not supposed, I mean, I'm sure it's not supposed to be black and white, blah, 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 but like,
It's black and black.
I don't
black
know.
and gray.
It's gray and gray.
Yeah. It does
Right.
it does put you kind of in a weird situation
Yeah.
because you're like, I mean, I think you're supposed to root for Victor because, like, in this one, I was like, just go, dude. Like, get out of here, you know? Because I feel like he's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
end
Meet
up
me at the
dead.
bus stop.
Yeah.
in that
and you're like,
episode
just
when-
go, dude. But I like the way that Oz kind of sets it up where I think it's at that dinner scene or the lunch scene.
Oh yeah.
And he's telling him about his dad. And he's like, oh, your dad would be proud of you. And he's like, oh, I don't think so. And his whole thing is like, this world isn't set up for the everyday man, the honest man to win. He's like, that's the bad part. Like these people, and just the way he frames that of like this world's messed up. Like it's getting the honest man down. And so we have to do these things to help the honest man out. And you're like, yeah, it's really backwards, but you know what I mean? Like just the way he spins it.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. But yeah, you're definitely in that weird position where you're like, well, yeah, Penguin's obviously not the good guy because he's backstabbing everybody. He's in for himself.
Yeah. I think the best thing is that they do a good job at showing you why he does what he does and how he's gotten to where he's gotten. And so that's the best thing about that show, in my opinion. Like seeing all these, it's not like, oh man, I saw this coming. It's every new thing that happens to him or things that he does. It's you're along for the adventure of like,
how's he gonna get out of this one?
I can't believe he actually killed that guy in the basement. You know, like, oh my gosh. And now he's just got to roll with it. What's he gonna do with the knife? Oh my gosh, that wasn't the guy I thought he was gonna put it on, blah, blah, blah. And then like the Victor stuff. And then with the mom, it's been great for that. It's a great drama. It's a great drama. But I don't see any real comic book stuff really happening. The most comic booky thing that I've seen is actually with Sophia and the gassing thing. I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere a little bit. Like the more drastic, like, oh, like this is fictional. It's not like a realistic thing. It's like, whoa, like, gosh, you really did do all that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I
don't want to say I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
but I was like, oh, this reminded me that it was a comic book show. A little bit.
Yeah.
Which I need more of that personally.
I also like the aspect of like even her confronting her dad and kind of seeing that backstory where she's making the realization that like, oh, he killed my mom.
Yeah.
You know, and then you see the hands and the skin under her nails and that kind of stuff. Like that whole aspect of being like, who did you think your dad was kind of thing, and her making that realization does give you sympathy for her. And then at the same time makes you be, when she does what she does, you're like, yeah, but do I still give her that sympathy when she just murdered everybody? Like she did save the girl, but I was like, you kill her mom and her dad, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they all ratted her. They were all like, yeah, she's been killing animals. They all lied about her.
I know, but I'm just saying, like those.
Wow, look at this sympathizer.
I'm just saying, like that's
crazy.
This guy would throw us in Arkham and not lie about us,
wouldn't
dude.
you?
Well,
and you lie to the judge about it.
The money's good. If the money's good, you know.
Yeah.
But I just thought I liked how that was done, and the whole thing with the hangman. She's like, "I'm not the hangman," and then realizing that was her dad. That was kind of I just like how all that fit in. And if I think about the Batman movie, I like how it fits in. I know you say it's not like very comic booky, but I like how it's building that like ground mafia, like mob stuff in Gotham to then make me feel like, oh, I could totally see like if Batman were to show up, like what he'd be dealing with kind of thing. Like that to me makes it cool to just give me a backstory into it. It makes the Batman movie, I guess, more rich to know like, oh, this is what he's dealing with at a young age, like Batman year 1, year 2, like the city is sick. And he even says that as much, you know, kind of this whole idea and why someone dressed up as a bat would come in and just kind of start putting fear into people because of how gritty and dark the city is. I like that aspect of it where it's just building on it. And I do hope that, like you said, they have some more comic booky elements of stuff, you know, whether that's being certain characters that show up or, you know, that's what I want to make those connections. Like if you give me a name of somebody that's going to show up that I'm like, oh, that person is eventually going to become the Mad Hatter or something like that, that would just be like an Easter egg. I think that would kind of be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think when I imagine, oh, that Batman lives in this same city, in this same universe. For me, after watching, how many episodes? 6? 5, 6?
5.
5? It's like I have a hard time imagining him. I mean, I can't imagine him there, but like, I don't know. It'd be quite shocking
Yeah.
for him to bust in.
What if they put him in the background in every episode and you could spot him? You're just like him there, like on a light post as they drive by. You're like, hey, the Batman's there.
Yeah.
He's still around.
Or like they drive by and you see Batman like beating up some guys in an alley. You're like, hey, he's doing.
He's working.
He's working. He's just going after some different guys.
Well, that's. I wish that there was more of like, maybe some of the bigger guys instead of her taking out everyone. It's like, oh, maybe Oz figures out a way to get Batman on their heels instead of him, or that kind of like using him as a tool. But there's been no references to him like at all, like blatant ones, and so
yeah, that has been interesting.
like there's been no news things about him like doing anything. The only thing is like, oh yeah, like they blew the wall, like the dams, like the water thing.
I think it opened with the
like
only reference was when he opened. Yeah,
but where's that been? Like there's no more references.
Right, that's it.
Which that does seem a little interesting.
The
to
most
me
they've
that it's
referenced
not.
is Squid, freaking Squid guy.
Yeah, it is Squid.
But no, yeah. So I'm interested to see how many episodes do we get?
8, I think.
Hey,
Really? Okay. So I would be interested if he does make an appearance into the show. I wonder how it would be. What
yeah,
would
and
it be?
the rumor is that
I'm
Sophia is going to play a big role in Batman too.
I'm
that'd be cool.
assuming there's going to
That's
be a
what- that
lead
was a
into
rumor that
Batman
came
too.
out.
Yeah. Do we
Oh
know?
my gosh, is she Mr. Freeze?
What?
Sophia, she's Mr. Freeze?
Mrs. Freeze. Mrs.
Oh,
Freeze. Mrs.
okay.
Freeze.
Nora, Sophia, Nora.
Yeah,
That's her
it all
middle name.
fits. Or maybe she's Clayface. I'm still hoping.
Could be.
At the end of the
showing up
episode,
in-
she's like,
Clayface showing up in Creature Commandos.
Yeah, it bummed
got
me out.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, I was
did
actually kind of like, oh, Clayface
that-
looks cool. And then I was like,
James
I'm
Gunn,
not
stink on
watching
that Clayface. Anything else about the show? I really liked it.
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
Are you scared to say something?
I was like, okay.
Go ahead and say
No,
it,
I don't
man.
know. what I was
Speak your
gonna say.
mind.
Speak your mind, man.
Huh?
It's
Yeah,
been a life.
I've enjoyed
right.
it. I thought it's been good.
Yeah, out of 10, where are you guys at so far?
It's a 9 for me.
Yeah, it's up there. It's like an 8, high 8, 7, close to 9.
Yeah.
I think just the acting's all really good. I think the writing's done well. Like you said, like Corey, it keeps you guessing. There has never been anything that I've been like, oh, that's clearly what's going to happen next. At least they do a variation on it, and it's been
Yeah, it's not like
interesting.
The Acolyte where you're like, I know what's going to happen.
It's been interesting to see like in that episode, I was like, oh, I'm glad like Penguin finally and Sophia, they're gonna join together. And then at the end of the episode, when he's like,
It was very
leave her, I was like,
was
dude, come on, what are we doing?
yeah, very short lived. Yeah.
And then you get the backstory with her and just her build up for like. So I think they've done a good job of developing the different characters.
Yeah.
And giving them like meaningful like reasons for the way they are and kind of the conflict that they're in currently. So I think it's been really good.
Yeah, it's great that they have a history together, him being her driver and stuff like that, and them working together temporarily, but also she knows how he is.
Right. Yeah.
And then like
There's the tension.
Her having this like rediscovery of herself and figuring out how to be her own leader in her own way. And, them being so close to each other, and then all of a sudden they're like the opposite enemies now. All of a sudden, I think that was really cool how they did that. For a drama, I would say 9.5, somewhere like 9.2 as a drama. For a superhero drama, I think we're in a weird situation. Like how Five Guys or Shake Shack is like a fast casual. It's a new genre.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
It's like the fast casual. It's like
Nice.
it's like a serious it's like a drama meets like the Batman.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's not
hybrid.
cheesy. It's not a cheesy formulaic. Every episode has a problem that arises and we have to solve it, and then it gets solved. No, like these episodes are very different from each other. It's every once in a while they won't even have like that. Here's the major problem, and then whatever. But like I don't know. It reminds me a little bit of anime, how they do kind of some of their like subplots and how they progress the characters. And I think that's the most refreshing thing about this is that we're getting real and palpable and very just real character progression. I'm just gonna be honest, we're not seeing that a lot in a lot of these movies that are coming out, and let alone TV shows where they have millions of hours to do this. But we're seeing this in this show, and so that's where I'm like, hats off to them. They're doing a great job. I think for not superhero drama or whatever you want to call this, I'd put it like an 8.2, 8.3 for sure. I just want a little bit more, just a little bit of crazy, just a little bit.
You want Penguin to pull out some actual penguins that blow up.
I want to see him have that Tommy gun. Yeah. He had an Uzi, but I want to see the Tommy gun. You know what I'm saying?
That'll put me over.
But there needs to be some glass vats of some kind, the mushrooms, and he just rail through it, and some poisonous gas goes on her, and she dies, but then she comes back as a mutant or something crazy.
Hey, you never know. There's plenty of episodes left. Do we want to do Joker or just talk about that?
Oh, yeah. You guys saw the Joker too.
Yeah. We watched Joker Folie à Deux last week.
I did not see this movie.
And this is what I will say.
Ooh.
This movie is bombing. This movie has not made a lot of money.
Nope.
This movie's
trash.
This movie is not trash.
Oh, that's what they say. That's what
I really enjoyed this movie.
This is surprising.
This is what we always complain about. We always complain about how things are not original. In Hollywood, no one has a new idea. Nothing like that. And then someone comes along with a new idea and does something different, and people are like, this is what?
This isn't what I expected.
The Joker's singing? This is stupid. To me, it's like, if you already knew.
But you understand why, right? Because the first movie wasn't a singy-songy musical
Now,
thing.
I would understand that if we didn't know this was going to be the movie.
But we didn't know that until
the
way
first
later.
time they announced it.
The first movie, though.
Right. But when they announced the second one, they said it's going to be a musical.
Yeah, that's what I would do, too. I'd come out swinging and say, hey, guys, just expect we're going to have some sing-song.
And so people went in being like, whoa, they said it was a musical, but is it real? And then it opens with a cartoon and a musical.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Seriously?
It's it opens as a cartoon, like an old Warner Brothers cartoon.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
But the whole point of
I'd
that,
have a tough time.
The whole point of that is there's a whole reason is a cartoon about Arthur.
It's in his
struggling
psyche.
with his shadow, which is the Joker. He's got a double personality. That's the whole thing. To me, it was I thought it was interesting. Joaquin Phoenix is absolutely crazy and amazing in the way he acts. I do think the music got a little old towards the end. You don't need to do
one too many
songs. But I thought it was filmed really well. This isn't as dark as the first one. People were saying this one was really dark. The first one had some more graphic.
How could it be darker? It's got songs.
It's got some more graphic.
That would take me
in
out,
one of the songs, he's bashing someone's head in.
Yeah. But it's still to a song.
But
I
mean, there are some things. I really liked what they did with the music mixed with the soundtrack. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, it's really.
Was he bashing their heads into the beat?
To the beat, yeah.
Oh gosh.
No.
It was like Guitar Hero.
But I thought all the characters were really good. I thought the guy that plays Harvey Dent was really good.
Yeah, Harvey Dent's in it.
The guy that played Puddles from the first one, that was one of the best scenes. And how he talks about Arthur, you were always nice to me. He's like, I can't scare me, and I can't do it. I can't sleep anymore. That was really good.
Cue song. I can't sleep anymore.
But so I understand why people are what the heck was that? But at the same time, I'm there's nothing. I kept watching the movie and being okay, I'm waiting for this to get really bad. Because in reviews I'd seen, they'd be it's just so terrible. I was I'm waiting for this to become a terrible movie. And it never got to that point. So I enjoyed it. It's not for everybody, but I don't think this is a terrible movie like people are saying. It's different, and if you're not expecting it, it's going to throw you off, especially compared to the first one. But I thought it was a unique take, and it makes sense to me with what they're trying to say with the character, that he's absolutely crazy, and the aspects of the musical thing are in his brain. That all to me worked, and I thought it was interesting, and I enjoyed it.
Well, I would say kudos to them, ballsy. And and it's something that's never really been done.
Yeah.
Has it?
Would you watch it? Are you interested in watching
I
at
would
all?
watch it to see what my opinion lines up compared to your guys's.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest. We usually line up pretty good. The only times where I go like very against you is when I haven't watched it, or like, you know what I mean, Planet of the Apes. I haven't watched the whole trilogy and the newest one. I'm trashing a little bit, but I bet they're really good. So
They're
like
amazing.
if I watched them, I'm like, I'd probably be like, oh, okay, like, yeah, the first one was probably like an 8 or a 9. This one's probably a 7, is what I'm probably guessing. It's not as great, not even close to being as good as the first one, but it's still good. Like that's what my guess would be.
Yeah.
Because I like musicals, but this is just kind of weird. But as long as you can expect it.
Yeah, I mean, I still like the movie as well. I think the hardest thing I have with this Joker and the first one is it's like there's no redeeming quality in the movie. You know what I mean? There's no hope anywhere. So it's hard for me to be like,
the story.
It's just hard for me to be like, man, I just love that movie. It was so cool.
Right.
When he murdered all those people.
Yeah.
And he was crazy the whole time.
Which is
and he
kind
was
of
abused
like,
as a child.
which is
Oh
kinda
man,
like-
I just love it. You know, like, oh dude,
It's kind
rough.
of like what's going to happen at the end of Penguin.
Right, exactly.
Guys, we're not, even if he has a good ending, we're not going to be like, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
he's murdered so many people. You
Right.
know, like,
But I agree with you. Like I like the function that the music plays, and also I liked watching it and being like, what's really happening? You know what I mean? Like, because there's things that happen and you're like,
is that just
did
in
this
his head, or
did this really happen, or is he making it up? And then you're like, oh, well, I guess it did happen. So playing that guessing game of like what's real and what isn't was fun for me, at least watching the movie. And then seeing kind of it play out in that way was cool. I think there's probably some commentary stuff, more meta commentary based off of the reception for the first one, I think, in this movie.
Yeah, probably.
And do we want to spoil the end or no? No spoilers?
yeah, you can spoil it. Let me just do this.
Oh, no. You're good. You're good. You're good.
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
You're good.
You don't
Put
need
it
to
ahead of
spoil
us.
it.
I mean, if you want me to watch it,
Yeah. We want you to watch it.
is this an important thing that I need to experience?
Yeah, it's based off the end. But anyway, I think there's a interesting reaction. Like I think this movie, the message was in response to the reaction from the first one.
Okay.
But people are upset about the end result. But it's like,
Oh, something.
oh, but
It's like you were upset.
You were upset about the first one in the first
one.
place. So
Yes.
anyway,
That's the thing that's irritating.
yeah,
is-
but you're hearing a crowd say it.
Yeah,
and it's
but-
always going to be unhappy. There might be someone who was happy with it,
But it's not necessarily the crowd. It's even some critics that were like, your complaint of the first one was this.
that's a crowd.
And now when this happens, you're complaining
It
about
wasn't.
it.
was the first one was critically
yeah,
acclaimed.
oh yeah,
Yes.
everyone loved
But
it.
even people complained about certain aspects of it.
I mean, if you
but-
you'll see it if
Yeah.
you're looking for it.
The one thing I don't understand is why this. I mean, I guess, but this movie went from like 70 million. The first one was like cost 70 million to make. This one's like 200 and something million.
Lady
Yeah, you literally had to pay her.
Well, I
$50
know,
million.
but I'm like, that's insane that
Yeah.
you have that much of a jump.
Costume changes. You know, when they
and-
break into
but
song, the
there's-
breakaway jackets.
There's some shots. The other thing, this is shot really well. There's some just random shots that I'm like, that's
cool.
in a vacuum. That's just like a cop car driving with the lights on. But I'm like, but the way it's shot looks so
Yeah.
cool. Like when it's going over the bridge, like it's beautiful to look at too. That I just think.
How many songs were there?
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes they don't
Just
do
tell me,
full
bro.
songs.
I don't care.
And sometimes he just like starts singing. And he's like singing. There's probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think so. I think
That's not that
maybe
many.
7.
How long was the movie? 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's more than that then.
What?
I can't remember.
A song is like 2 minutes.
I definitely felt like
Got to be more.
by
Gotta be more.
the end of the movie, one of the last songs, I was like, I don't think we needed this one.
Because it's a reprise of
Little
something they already
overkill.
did. Yeah, it just
and
feels like we
and
get
it kind of carried on a little too long. I was like, okay. Otherwise, I think the songs worked, and yeah, like you said, even there's the moment where he's like, "Why are you singing? Stop singing!" You know.
Yeah.
So it plays into the psychosis that they have, or that he has. So
Over 30 songs. That's crazy. That says something.
There's
Your
no
memory-
way.
There's no way there's more than
there's
30 songs.
Okay, I guess Google's wrong.
Yeah, bro, we don't believe it.
30 songs? They sang 30 times?
Oh, the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Includes cover songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
I was like, maybe I'm completely wrong about this movie.
yeah, maybe I'm crazy. But I mean, I think if you don't want to spend the money to go to theaters, it's worth watching it on streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if you like the first one,
15.
I would-
for your
yeah,
songs.
I think like 7 full ones, so they actually like have a band and music and like choreography.
yeah.
And there's like the other ones are more like him and Lady Gaga singing something together, where it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I liked it. I can't remember what I gave it on our TikTok, but I'd probably get like an 8.5. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Not as good as the first one, but I like the things, the risks they took. I do like some of the stuff, like even the scene where the 3 Jokers are chasing, like he's being chased. In the movie, it's showing one thing, but it's the symbolism of it, where he's trying to escape the Joker, right?
Yeah.
And the Joker's, I thought that was very creative and cool and unique. So there's stuff like that. And I just think the acting all around is amazing from everybody.
Yeah, that's. I think it's a solid 8 for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's if you don't like depressing movies, you're not gonna like this movie. But yeah,
Same as the first one.
like cinematography wise, the music's still really good. I really like the soundtrack because it's that creepy like strings.
Yeah,
And
I wish a little more of the original soundtrack was in there, but
she
it's still
works it
good,
in
yes.
with the other music really well. So I think the balance is there where you get the creepy strings and then it goes into like the other song.
It's really
so
good.
it's really cool. Like I feel the feel of the movie is strong in
Yes.
that sense, and Arkham is a terrible place.
Yes, absolutely. The other thing, you reminded me of this. This was going to be in the news.
The Arkham show.
No. Dune Part 2 soundtrack is disqualified from the Oscars to win an Oscar
Why?
because it uses themes from the first, and so it has to be fully original. I'm like,
how has John Williams
Star
been
Wars.
nominated?
that's what a
every
bunch of
year?
people were saying. It got disqualified because it used tracks from the first one, so it's not fully original. Get out of here with that garbage. Anyways,
Wow, that's upsetting.
I'm very upsetting.
You know what
I'm very
that wouldn't
upset.
happen to? The GOAT, John Williams,
get outta here.
baby.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. That's going to do it for the Nerd Age podcast this week.
I guess.
Thanks for being here, Corey. Thanks for being here, Josh.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Jonah, for making time for us.
You know,
We know you're so busy. I just want to let all the viewers know and listeners, this guy's real busy, man. I mean, this guy's traveling all over the world.
We
at
do our
least
best.
in Washington
do our
State.
best.
And,
Heading to Lewiston tomorrow.
we try to make time and are able to do this. So I'm thankful for it.
Thank you. Right back at you. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We'll be back next week, hopefully, with more of your Nerd Age podcast. See you later.
See ya.